Welcome back to LT Arms Cartridge of the Week and our final day in Africa as we look at the 700 Nitro Express. Developed in 1988, the 700 is not technically a Nitro Express since it wasn't concocted at the turn of the 20th century with the rest of the family. Even though we call it a Nitro, it's officially the 700 H&H since that legendary British firm is partially responsible for its existence. Only partially. The driving force behind the 700 is William Feldstein. A very successful Beverly Hills businessman, Feldstein was also an avid safari hunter and an even more avid collector of best-grade English double rifles. In the late 1970s, he endeavored to commission a bespoke set of double rifles from Holland Holland in various classic chamberings. These would be rifles built to his specifications and fit, a most excellent addition to his collection of rifles that had been made for others nearly a century before. As he listed off his wishes to the board at H&H, one of the rifles requested was to be in 600 Nitro Express. The firm balked, stating that they had recently produced the last H&H Royal Double in 600 and had assured that customer that they would never make another. H&H was steadfast in their position. Feldstein simply said, "Well, then make me a 700. The board scoffed at the cheeky American, but Feldstein was adamant. Ultimately, H&H relented and told Feldstein that if he would personally take on the funding of the research and development to create the cartridge, they would explore building a rifle to fire it. Underestimating their customer, they figured that'd be the end of it. No such luck. Feldstein promptly contracted with Jim Bell of Bell Extrusion Labs to create the massive cases. He then contracted with Woodley Bullets in Australia to create a 70 caliber, 1,000 grain bullet design, both solids and soft points. Within a year, they had a workable model, and soon thereafter, 5,000 rounds were produced. Naysayers scoffed at such a massive order for a cartridge with no gun to fire it. Feldstein had the last laugh, though, as that initial run sold out to collectors quickly at $150 to $200 per round. Holland Holland soon became keen on the project, and the first rifles were built for him and a German hunting friend of his. The 700 fires that 1,000 grain bullet at 2,000 feet per second, developing muzzle energy of 8,900 pounds. The rifles need to be very heavy to handle the recoil, upwards of 18 pounds. In fact, during development, there were serious concerns that a rifle of conventional weight could even be fired safely. Doctors were consulted to ensure the safety of the shooters. The recoil is profound, about 160 foot-pounds, which is 10 times the recoil of a .308 Winchester. The average human heart skips a beat when firing this monster. During development at H&H, Feldstein fired over 50 rounds personally, an astounding feat. Cost of these rifles is prohibitive for most, approaching $200,000 before adding adornments. H&H reports around 20 built in all these years, with a few other firms having built a handful. The 700 Nitro Express, the most powerful sporting cartridge ever made.